Okay, so today, thank you for joining me at Remote-Backroad-Jungles with a dash in between each word. And I am going to tell you basically 11 things you should do to stay safe, especially if you're a woman on the road, when you're walking, etc. It's a rainy day. I actually picked the perfect time for it. And I kind of went off a desolate spot myself. So I'm actually doing what you should not do just for the sake of the video, which is probably something you shouldn't do anyway. But I'm going to show you why you shouldn't do it. Number one, when walking down a street or a hallway, passing bushes or passing a building, walk far enough away that somebody cannot just pull you in or pull you behind the bushes. This is something that people forget all the time. And these rules go for men as well, because you have to be careful these days. Everybody has to be careful. You don't want to end up in a ditch someplace or under somebody's floorboards. That's where you don't want to end up someplace. 2, when someone starts to pull up close to you, be on your guard and don't lean forward. Let them do the talking. It doesn't matter if there's traffic or you're alone. Don't lean forward so they can pull you in or cuff you to the steering wheel. It's been done before. All these things have been done before, and they'll be done again because people don't listen. So always use your best judgment and practice caution, even if it's somebody you know, because these days it could be a family or a friend. That sounds horrible what I'm saying, but I'm telling you the truth. So be careful. Always practice caution, not paranoia, caution. 3, if someone pulls up to you and says get in, even if they don't have a gun, and you don't, in other words, if they have a gun, you don't do it anyway, because what they're going to do to you inside the car and where they're going to get you is a million times worse than what they can do to you on the outside when you can still scream and you're not so much under their power. Don't be afraid of them shooting you, because why they want you alive, obviously, is for pretty much probably obvious reasons. So they don't want you dead. So you got a better chance of staying alive and just running away instead of complying with them. You don't comply with the bad guys. Number 4, if you see someone supposedly hurting or a child in the roadway, first of all, those two things, it could be an accident or somebody hurt on the side of the road. Those two things are unusual, but they do happen and there could be any sort of accident. That child could be from an accident wandering. You don't know. But first call 911 and give your location. Give your location, and they'll start asking you questions, make give some sort of identification about you, maybe even what you're wearing, not only what the other people are wearing, what you're seeing. Make sure you know where you are. People have even switched signs on the road, etc. You want to do things that they can specifically, the dispatcher knows where you are and what you actually are wearing, etc. 5, don't hitchhike. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Don't hitchhike. You don't know whose car you're getting into. You don't know who that person is. You don't know where they've been. You don't know anything about them. Don't hitchhike under any circumstances. Some people do it when they're in a hurry or they need help, but you know what? It's better off to be late or to take your chances than hitchhike. Some people pretend they're a single mom, they're a family person, they have a picture on the dash, they have kids in the car. Well, guess what? Sometimes their kids help them. Don't get in. Number 6, sometimes while you're walking, you might meet someone that signals to you to slow down. Or you're just walking, like sometimes they want to talk to you, other times they're just going by, and somehow either a car pulls over or just a person walking, and all of a sudden there's a chase that ensues. Somehow you're running away from them because you know you're in danger. You're running. Stay on the main road. Do not go off into the woods, because that's the perfect spot where they can get you and nobody will ever hear you scream. But if you stay on the main road, there's chances are that they're a lot less likely to pull a lot of things, even though they might have just tried to get you on the main road. They're a lot less likely to keep going with it. Time is ticking and somebody could drive by. So unless you're in a desolate spot, obviously you don't want to get off the main road. Number 7, watch your distance. When somebody is next to you, you do not, or you're coming up to somebody or somebody's coming up to you, just like a boxer, they say keep your arm's length distance, but you also have to watch out for somebody hitting you, kicking you, or hitting you with an object. They can also leap at you. You have to take that into account. You have to imagine that. You have to understand that, especially how people are today, whether they're on something or not. People are crazy. You have to be careful, because you don't want to end up in something like this, a wooded spot where nobody's ever going to discover you until 40 years later, and then 40 years later they might crack your case. That's not the way you want to be. So you want to watch out for the way that they can punch, hit, jump at you. You want to keep a distance in between you. Just like the boxers, they say they pivot a lot so that you're a moving target, and it's much harder to hit you. Now, obviously, you're not going to be dancing when you see somebody on the side of the road, but you want to kind of keep it moving. You don't want anybody to be too chummy. Yes, it's nice to be nice to neighbors, but you don't want to be too chummy. Nobody that is a stranger, or even somebody you see technically every day, but an acquaintance, nobody should be that comfortable with being that close to you. You have to be very careful, always very, very careful when you're walking by yourself. So don't trust anybody, though, although it does seem kind of harsh or paranoid. You don't want to be paranoid. You want to be caution. You want to practice caution. Number 8, this should be common sense, but always walk against traffic. And there's a reason for that. It's not just so that the cars can see you so you don't get run over. It's also so you can see head on who's coming for you. If somebody's going to pull up to you and try and get you in the car or talk you into the car, you still got to be careful. And you want to make sure that that you can see them, and then you would have to worry about the other lane. If they're coming from the other lane and they're going to like turn around, well, at least it's only one side you have to watch, not, walking with traffic and then you have your back against traffic. That's not good. Then you can't see what's happening behind you. And number 9, be alert. Use the buddy system. Always text your location. Have people know where you are, what your flight plan is, where you were